When facing delays caused by a customer, there are several options to consider. Firstly, communicate clearly and firmly. Reiterate to the customer that the lift rental period is ending and you will be forced to remove it on Monday. Explain that you have not made progress since the last conversation due to the lack of exhaust fan installation. Request a definite timeline for when the exhaust fan will be installed and when you can resume work. Secondly, explore alternative solutions. Suggest using a smaller lift or finding a more cost-effective rental option. Inquire about the possibility of the customer renting the lift directly from the rental company, freeing you from the ongoing cost. Thirdly, invoice for overtime charges. If the customer refuses to pay for the additional rental time, invoice them for the overtime incurred due to the project delay. Clearly state the additional charges and provide a breakdown of the costs. Fourthly, offer a partial refund. As a gesture of goodwill, consider offering a partial refund for the work that was completed before the delays occurred. Explain that this is not a concession that you are liable for the delays, but a way to maintain a positive relationship. Fifthly, seek legal advice. If all else fails and the customer continues to be unreasonable, consider consulting with an attorney. They can advise you on your legal rights and options for recourse. Sixthly, negotiate a payment plan. Discuss with the customer if they would be willing to pay the lift rental costs in installments. This would spread the financial burden for both parties and help resolve the issue without resorting to extreme measures. Remember to document all conversations and correspondence related to the delays. Be professional and courteous throughout the process, even if the customer is being difficult. Remain firm on your decision to remove the lift if progress is not made. If possible, seek support from a trusted colleague or industry association. Understanding how to navigate project delays is a crucial aspect of electrical contracting. Delays can impact project timelines, budgets, and client relationships. In the construction and electrical fields, several factors can lead to these disruptions. These can include material shortages, unforeseen site conditions, weather-related issues, and, as in this case, customer-related delays. When a customer is responsible for delays, it's important to take proactive steps to mitigate the negative impacts. The first step is clear and consistent communication. Establish a formal channel for communication, such as email, where you can document all interactions. When discussing delays, be direct and professional. Clearly explain the impact of the delay in the project schedule and budget. Provide supporting documentation, such as updated timelines and cost estimates. Active listening is essential. Give the customer an opportunity to explain the reasons for the delay and acknowledge their concerns. Collaboratively explore potential solutions to get the project back on track. Maintain a record of all communication, including dates, times, and key discussion points. This documentation can be valuable in resolving disputes or legal issues that may arise later. During the project, several alternatives may be available to get things moving forward. Evaluate whether using a smaller lift or a more cost-effective rental option is feasible. This can reduce rental expenses while still allowing work to progress. Discuss the possibility of the customer directly renting the lift from the rental company. This transfers the financial responsibility to them and eliminates the ongoing costs for you. Look for opportunities to resequence the project tasks. Identify activities that can be completed while waiting for the exhaust fan installation. For example, you could focus on completing other electrical work or making necessary repairs. If the customer refuses to cover the additional rental time, invoice them for the overtime incurred due to the delay. Provide a detailed breakdown of the costs, including the rental rate, number of days delayed, and any additional labor expenses. Clearly state the payment terms and due date. Offering a partial refund as a gesture of goodwill can sometimes help preserve a positive relationship with the customer. Make it clear that the refund is not an admission of liability but a way to demonstrate your commitment to customer satisfaction. Present the refund as a means of sharing the financial burden of the delay. Before offering a refund, carefully assess the financial implications and ensure it aligns with your business goals. Legal advice should be sought if all attempts to resolve the issue amicably fail and the customer remains unreasonable. An attorney can advise you on your legal rights and options for recourse. They can review the contract and assess your chances of recovering damages caused by the delay. Legal action should be considered a last resort, as it can be time-consuming and expensive. In some cases, negotiating a payment plan can be a practical solution to address the financial burden of the delay. Discuss with the customer if they would be willing to pay the lift rental costs in installments. Spread the financial burden for both parties, making it easier to reach a mutually agreeable resolution. Ensure that the payment plan is documented in writing, outlining the payment schedule amounts and any associated interest or fees. In addition to these specific options, several general tips can help you navigate project delays effectively. Document all conversations and correspondence related to the delays, including dates, times, and key discussion points. Maintain a professional and courteous demeanor throughout the process, even when dealing with a difficult customer. Avoid getting emotionally involved or making personal attacks. Be clear and concise in your communication, avoiding technical jargon or ambiguous language. Seek support from a trusted colleague or industry association. Sharing your experiences and insights can provide valuable guidance and perspective. Proactively address potential delays by closely monitoring project progress and communicating regularly with the customer. By implementing these strategies, electrical contractors can mitigate the negative impacts of customer-caused delays and maintain successful project outcomes. When creating contracts, include clauses that address potential delays and their financial implications. Specify how delays caused by the customer will be handled, including the allocation of costs and responsibilities. Consult with an attorney to ensure that the contract is legally sound and enforceable. Review the contract with the customer before starting work, ensuring they understand the terms and conditions related to delays. Establish clear communication protocols to facilitate timely notification and resolution of delays. Designate a point of contact for both parties to ensure consistent and reliable communication. Implement a change order process to document any modifications to the project scope, schedule, or budget. Obtain written approval from the customer before proceeding with any changes. Maintain detailed records of all project activities, including work progress, material deliveries, and communication with the customer. Use project management software or spreadsheets to track project milestones, deadlines, and expenses. Regularly review project data to identify potential delays and proactively address them. To avoid delays in the future, assess the customer's ability to meet their responsibilities. Verify their financial stability and ability to make timely payments. Check their references and past project performance. During the project planning phase, assess the potential risks and develop mitigation strategies. Identify potential sources of delays such as material shortages or weather-related issues. Develop contingency plans to address these risks and minimize their impact. Communicate regularly with suppliers and subcontractors to ensure timely delivery of materials and services. Monitor their performance and proactively address any issues that may arise. Implement quality control measures to prevent errors or rework that can cause delays. Conduct regular inspections and audits to ensure that work is performed to the required standards. Provide ongoing training to employees to enhance their skills and knowledge. Encourage a culture of continuous improvement where employees are empowered to identify and address potential delays. By implementing these best practices, electrical contractors can minimize the risk of customer-caused delays and ensure successful project outcomes. When a customer is being difficult, it's essential to maintain a professional and calm demeanor. Avoid getting into arguments or engaging in personal attacks. Actively listen to the customer's concerns and try to understand their perspective. Acknowledge their feelings and show empathy. Clearly explain your position and the reasons for your actions. Provide supporting documentation or evidence to back up your claims. Offer possible solutions to address the customer's concerns. Demonstrate your willingness to work with them to find a mutually agreeable resolution. If the customer remains unreasonable, consider involving a neutral third party such as a mediator or arbitrator. They can help facilitate communication and resolve disputes. Legal action should be considered a last resort, as it can be time-consuming and expensive. Before taking legal action, carefully assess the costs and benefits and seek legal advice. Consider the long-term impact of your actions on your reputation and business relationships. Aim to resolve disputes amicably whenever possible, even if it means making some concessions. Remember that maintaining a positive relationship with the customer can be more valuable in the long run than winning a short-term battle. In addition to these strategies, consider the following tips for preventing customer-caused delays. Establish clear expectations from the outset of the project. Provide the customer with a detailed project plan, including timelines, milestones, and responsibilities. Clearly communicate the customer's role in the project and the importance of their timely decisions and actions. Obtain the customer's commitment to meet their responsibilities. Require them to sign a written agreement acknowledging their role and responsibilities. Communicate regularly with the customer throughout the project. Provide them with updates on progress, potential delays, and any issues that may arise. Encourage them to ask questions and provide feedback. Respond promptly and professionally to their inquiries. Maintain open and transparent communication. Build trust with the customer by being honest, reliable, and responsive. Show them that you value their input and are committed to their satisfaction. The best approach to handling customer delays involves a combination of clear communication, proactive problem solving, and a commitment to maintaining a professional relationship. By implementing the strategies discussed in this video, electrical contractors can effectively mitigate the negative impacts of delays and ensure successful project outcomes. Also, be sure to regularly review and update your contracts to reflect changes in industry practices and legal requirements. Seek legal advice when drafting or modifying contracts to ensure they are legally sound and enforceable. Provide training to employees on contract management and dispute resolution. Encourage them to seek guidance from experienced colleagues or supervisors when facing challenging situations. Foster a culture of collaboration and teamwork, where employees work together to solve problems and achieve project goals. Recognize and reward employees who demonstrate exceptional communication and problem-solving skills. By investing in your employees' development and fostering a positive work environment, you can improve their ability to manage customer relationships and prevent delays. In addition to the topics covered in this video, there are several other resources available to help electrical contractors navigate project delays and customer disputes. Consult with industry associations, such as the Independent Electrical Contractors or the National Electrical Contractors Association. These organizations offer educational programs, networking opportunities, and advocacy services. Attend industry conferences and workshops to learn about best practices and emerging trends in project management and customer relations. Read industry publications and online forums to stay informed about relevant legal and regulatory developments. Seek advice from experienced mentors or consultants who can provide guidance and support. By continuously learning and expanding your knowledge base, you can improve your ability to handle challenging situations and achieve long-term success in the electrical contracting industry. Also remember that electrical safety is paramount. Adhere to all applicable codes and standards, such as the National Electrical Code, when performing electrical work. Ensure that all employees are properly trained and qualified to perform their assigned tasks. Use appropriate personal protective equipment and safety gear. Follow safe work practices to prevent electrical shocks, burns, and other injuries. Regularly inspect and maintain electrical equipment and tools. Report any safety hazards or incidents immediately. By prioritizing electrical safety, you can protect yourself, your employees, and your customers.